Happy Monday. Everything is going as planned, I guess, is what I would classify it as. I have legs today. I did run, so you know I don't look foolish this Monday by not getting in my cardio. So that went well. I was having a little bit of groin issues or whatever, but you know, I'm gonna go through the static movements today. I should be fine. I'm not doing anything too crazy, you know, but yeah, I will have to you know, figure out how to get through the workout without really doing a lot of hyperextension and different things like that. But I'll be fine. I have legs today. I'm gonna do that in about 45 minutes to an hour. Knock that out. Very excited to hit legs today. It's been, I mean, I'm gonna do a jump up on the front squats today. I haven't been going like heavy on my front squats or anything because I'm trying to rehab my shoulder, and you tend to have some problems holding the weight in the beginning, especially when you're just getting back into it, and I was already having some shoulder issues. So I just want to take my time and really, you know, give it, just be patient with it, because front squats are one of those things that you know, the form has to be solid, especially in the for the upper back. You really need to be able to keep your back erect and straight when you do front squats. If you start to bow your back as the weight gets heavier, you're just you're basically standing in line for an injury. It's just sooner or later the weight gets heavy enough, you don't set into the weight properly, you jerk one way or the other or the wrong way, and then, you know, upper back or even lower back issues, you know, for, you know, weeks, maybe months following. So I started back front squats super light. You know, some may look at the workout and be like, oh man, he's not front squatting anything. Well, it's because I have a lower back injury and I'm trying to do what works for me, you know, and progress at a rate that works for me without tearing myself up. Because, you know, I always have to be focused on the fact that I do have a permanent lower back injury that's not gonna go away. So I can't just be lifting all like wild and crazy. Can I do deadlifts at a heavier weight? Yeah. I mean, I should be able to deadlift a lot more than when I'm deadlifting though. So for most people, they're looking at my deadlift, you know, an average person's looking at my deadlift like, oh man, he's deadlifting so much weight. But in reality, someone my size should be able to deadlift like 500 pounds. I'm only deadlifting, I think, with the trap, I'm deadlifting 325 now. And with the conventional and sumos, I'm only doing 250 pounds for reps. I should be able to do at least 200 more pounds than that at my size that I'm at right now and the strength that I've had in the past. You know, even with muscle memory and everything like that, you know, I've been able to work it back up, but, you know, I just don't want to take any chances and, you know, and like I said, tear myself up, because I've been in these situations since my injury where I've been doing real good, and then all of a sudden, boom, something happens, and, you know, I lose, you know, several months of riding and running and doing all these different things, and it changes like my whole, like, you know, situation as far as like weight management and everything, because I get hurt, and the type of, you know, issues that I deal with take a long time to adjust to, you know, find a rhythm, you know, get through the pain, and then get back to training. You know, because once again, it's different when you have a permanent injury. It's not the same as just getting hurt. Hurt is, you know, hurt. Injury, permanent injury is a whole other ball game. So you folks with back issues, don't ego lift. You know, it would have been easy for me to come back and ego lift. When I started with basically, you know, nothing on the bar, and just, you know, worked my way up incrementally. So, you know, in a year, if everything goes as planned, especially those big lifts, you know, the key ones for legs, front squat, back squat, conventional deadlift, tri-bar deadlift, sumo deadlifts, if I just maintain the jumps that I'm doing, 2.5 pounds a week, some of these exercises I'm doing 2.5 pounds every workout I'm jumping. So I'm looking at least 100 pounds heavier on those exercises a year from now. I'm in no hurry. If I, that means I'll be in the 400s, next year, and in the in the 400s on the deadlift, and on the high 200s on the front squat and the back squat. I'm fine with that. I don't need to squat 400 pounds. I'm good. I'm not a young person, and to ride a freeboard, I don't need to ride a freeboard effectively the way that I want to ride. I don't need to squat 400 pounds. I'd say I probably need to squat, maybe for reps 275 to 300 pounds to have the body control that I want to ride at, and that's the only reason why I'm lifting. I'm lifting for board control, balance, stability, and and just to keep my back strong and keep my body strong to support the injury that I have. It's that simple. Man, gas is 195. Okay, so the topic at hand, I do like to share, the things that are going on, because I put the videos up about the workouts or of the workouts and everything, so people can, ride along with me on the journey. So when I'm speaking about this stuff, I'm only speaking about this stuff because I'm also, sharing my workouts with you guys. So like I said, down the road, I don't want anyone coming to me saying, oh, what are you doing? What's the secret sauce? The secret sauce, just like my my students with learning martial arts from me, everything's on the page. Everything's on there. Everything's transparent. Everything that I'm doing, I'm talking about in the videos, and everything that I'm physically doing as far as the workouts are concerned, I put the workouts on there. So if there's confusion or you don't understand, then I don't know what to tell you. But there is no secret sauce. I eat, relatively clean. I eat for, Endomorph's body style, and I talk about what I eat all the time on here, and I talk about my cardio, and I show the weightlifting. Soon I'll be back on my board. I'll be posting videos on my other page of the riding and everything like that, because I don't, put the two together. But yeah, no secret sauce, no magic pills, hard work and eating clean. That's what gets you where you want to get to. Lean, chiseled, riding a freeboard like, a little better than a rookie. That's good for me. I'm not a young, squirt. All right, so the topic at hand. Endomorphs. You cannot eat granola bars, oatmeal bars, all these different packaged, processed, goody foods. You gotta stay away from them. They will have your body releasing insulin like crazy. I don't care what time of day it is. You don't want to put this stuff in your body. Candy, all that stuff. You just want to stay away from it. I know I've talked the other day about the 80-20 rule. That's fine. If you want to have that stuff within those periods of time and that's your goody stuff, then great. Enjoy yourself. Go crazy. Have a good time. If 20% of your calories is 400 calories, have a couple of granola bars. I wouldn't waste my calories on any granola bars, but don't get confused, and don't get misled into thinking that these health food bars and all these bars that you see at the different supplement stores and all this stuff, that this stuff is good for you. The carbohydrates are the carbohydrates. I would, forget those complex carbs. The only carbs I have are through fruit, vegetables, corn tortillas, wheat tortillas, for complex carbs, wheat tortillas, and heck, that's about it. I don't really have carbs, from any other sources outside of that. I don't eat potato chips. I don't eat any of that junk food. I don't touch that stuff, because I know that stuff is gonna have my body releasing insulin like crazy. You have to, and as I've said before, you have to carb backload. When you are gonna have your carbs, I'm gonna beat it to death. When you are gonna have your carbs, it should be right after those workouts. It should be within that 2-3 hour window of working out. Will other things work for you? Maybe, but for me, I've done the crash diets where I had no carbs and I just wasn't maintaining my muscle. I didn't like that. So I want to have some carbs per day. As I said, 75 grams or 300 calories. But you know, I carb backload. If I'm not having those carbohydrates right after the workout, then it just doesn't happen that day. I just go without. You know, I just eat, you know, other things. You know, if the beans that I have for protein have a little bit of carbs in them, great. But as far as like a focus on carbohydrates, it's within that 3-hour window after working out. Carb backloading. But as I've said before, you know, don't have the granola bars and don't have these sweet snacks and all these other things and box goodies and all this stuff. I don't care. I don't care if it's Kind bars. I don't care what it is. I don't care what they say. I don't care if they tell you that it's super healthy for you and packed with energy, Cliff bars, all that stuff. Stay away from that stuff. Eat natural foods. I'm gonna tell you something. I know the video is getting long, but I'm gonna tell you something real. And you know, I did a cleanse about a year ago, okay? And all I did, you know, I lost muscle, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not doing it like this again. But all I did was eat fruits and vegetables. I was taking in a lot of carbs. So I know my insulin levels were raising, especially because of the amount of fruit that I was eating. But I was not gaining any weight, I was losing. I was walking twice a day for an hour each time. So 2 hours each day. On the days where I felt really tired, I had another route that I took that was like a half an hour for my second walk. But I walked every day for a month and I lost over 20 pounds just eating fruits and vegetables. My body was constantly cleaning itself out because everything was being, you know, everything was basically fluids. And I mean, I had to eat a lot. I had to eat, you know, to be full, I was probably eating about 3,000 to 3,500 calories a day. But I wasn't gaining any weight. I go back to eating processed stuff, adding in, you know, little goodies and things like that, and these bars and different things like that, you know, like solid foods, not even anything like crazy, just like these healthy solid foods. Weight loss stopped, weight started going up. And I wasn't even having like a whole lot of that stuff. But it's because, you know, endomorphs, I believe that we can get away with eating, you know, I'm not gonna, you know, this isn't like, I'm not a doctor, but based off of my results, I think that you can eat as many carbohydrates through fruit as possible. I think that when they say, oh, you know, the sugar and fruit, you know, I think that has some validity depending on who you are. But for most of us, or not for most of us, for me, I was eating like 10 bananas a day. That's a lot of carbohydrates. That's a lot of sugar. I was eating all kinds of apples, cherries, all this stuff. I was loading up on fruit like crazy. And like I said, that had to be spiking my insulin levels, but I was not gaining any weight. So it must be because of the way your metabolism is working. You know, I guess you would call that, like, I know women that are on the diets like this, that make all the smoothies and everything, they you know, they call it a detox or whatever, because you're not taking in any, you know, like processed foods. So I know from that experience that processed foods, you know, you may want to eat them. They may give you more energy. They may help you, you know, gain more muscle mass and different things like that. If that, you know, and we want to be lean and chill, so I'm not saying that we don't. You know, you know, what I say that is better to have protein powder than, you know, than meat. You know, I mean, they both come from meat, but I would say, you know, it's probably better to have the protein powder. That's just, you know, personal preference. I'm not one to eat meat. I don't like meat. You know, if it's not fish every now and again, then I'm good. You know, I don't eat chicken. I don't eat any meat. You know, beef, anything, nothing. Pork. Haven't ate pork since pork or beef in, you know, years. I stopped eating chicken, you know, it's been years. It's been like 5 years since I stopped eating chicken, so, and turkey. So, you know, that's just not for me. But the second that I introduced processed foods back into my diet, the weight loss stopped, and it stabilized for a while, and then it started going up, because that stuff makes an endomorph's body store or release insulin. Like, I mean, man, it's bad. Okay, I mean, you just can't do it. You know, like I said, you know, go back to the video. I know this video is getting long. I'm sorry. You know, whatever. I'm trying to help people. Go back to the video if you want to listen to it, but, you know, just to run through it one more time, and then I'm out of here. Happy Monday. If you're gonna cheat, every 4 days on, good, clean, super clean, and then that 5th day, 80-20. You know, you can have one, you know, a meal. I'd say preferably after your workout, make that the workout day, you know, and have whatever you want. You know, if you want like a cake or, you know, anything like that, but it only be 20% of your calories. And then another 4 days, and then that 5th day you do the same thing. But I wouldn't have anything, you know, cheat wise outside of that. If you know, learn how to, you know, learn how to have the habit of, you know, eating the same foods every day. That's what makes it easy, because then you don't have to do all these different meal plans. You know, make a habit of having the same foods every day or every 2 days or whatever, you know, 2 meal plans, you know, like I've said before. And then that, you know, like I said, that 5th day, enjoy yourself. Have a couple pieces of pizza or whatever, you know, but, you know, don't cheat outside of, don't cheat more than 20% overall. Don't cheat more than 20%, period. So if you're having cheat foods 3 days out of 10, you're cheating. It's that simple. You know, if you're having cheat food 5 days out of 20 days, you're cheating. It's that simple. You know, 4 days out of 20 days, you can have 20% of your food intake can be a cheat food as an endomorph. Happy Monday.